Man, like my Ahmed Guidance Avenue, where I gone from?
How you doing, people?
Good, yeah?
I'm good, man. Healthy. I can't ask for more than that.
All right then. We ain't gonna waste no time. You're just gonna jump straight into this thing here and address the main issue what people seem to want to talk about, the you and the Sarah situation.
Right, let's do it. Before anything, I must say that I'm honored for you to have me down here. So to everyone out there, comment, like and subscribe. Content over everything, all right? Now let's get into the matter, okay? So this is the first time since I'm going to be addressing an audience over the, as Sarah likes to put it, the altercation, all right? Since the actual altercation occurred. Now, let me just go straight into it, guys. Yeah, look, as you know and I know, limits have been crossed, okay? There is a massive feeling in the Muslim community that this young lady, gentleman, has insulted us. Now, he shouldn't be allowed to do such things, okay? No legal action has been taken from my side, despite the fact that he said he's gonna rip my heart out of my chest, yeah? And all of that there, yeah? But nonetheless, just for him to know and for everyone to know, okay, we know as a community that even though no legal action has been taken out, this doesn't go to say that justice shouldn't be established, okay? So it doesn't mean that no action should happen at all, even though it's not legal action. As you saw, you know, Princess over there, she took it in her own hands to come down with her, you know, her cute little gloves and hoodie to try and intimidate us. And what I will say is she came on a platform that is used for speaking. The forum that we use in Speaker's Corner is for speaking and nothing but speaking, okay? But let's go into it. Okay, so if we were to take it down a legal route with this, with Sarah here, yeah? What kind of response would be given? He would either be arrested, he would be called an aggressor, he will be called a terrorist, as this is terror. One of these negative actions would be implemented and would take place. Now that would not be good for himself. Now he says that he's a parent, he says that he's a husband, and if that's the case, and as well because he's got Sarah's corner, so all of these fundamental elements that Sarah works with here, yeah, he's basically got a responsibility to uphold a certain image of himself, and well, he should be a big man about himself as well anyway. But look, I am here to expose the situation for what it really is, okay? And I must say, look, the last couple of weeks, well, sorry, not the last couple of weeks, a week ago, I was away. So last Sunday, I didn't attend the corner because I was not in UK. Okay, I was given a conference abroad. Okay, and I saw this information abroad. I spoke to Leon here, content over everything, when a couple of videos came out, and I told him what I had, what was my agenda, should I say, and it's an honest agenda. Okay, so I'm just here to clarify the situation for you, and hopefully we'll have you'll have a bit of an insight into my side, because he's been doing all of these chain videos, peace family, peace, let me just talk to the camera for however long about however much nonsense. And I mean, it's very clear to see that people are not accepting much of the situation that he is speaking. You know, he's a walking contradiction, and I want to go into this now. Yeah, now look, after the altercation, should I say, that happened with Sarah and his crew, yeah. I just thought to myself, and after advice from a few brothers, I thought, you know what, I'll restrain myself for a little bit of time in it, yeah. But after seeing now that this gentleman has no intent of doing anything else other than being insulting and arrogant, and he's even gone to the extent of trying to justify all of his words and actions and still keep the figure of himself being a man. And he's gone to the extent of saying that I'm a coward. So everything is going to get addressed, all right? Everything is going to get addressed now, okay?
Let me just jump in there. You see, when you say he's trying to justify the thing here, like his actions, like he's trying to present himself as he's the innocent party in all of this.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. When I announced that I was going to do this interview with you and Hussein as well, I asked people to list questions what they want me to ask the brothers, innit? and most of the questions, I'll say like 90% of the questions was directed at you. And out of that 90%, like probably about the next 90% of the questions that was asked was, where's the video that you said that you've got of him, like that was supposed to be the catalyst of this situation?
Let's address that video. Okay, so at the time when this video came out, people, of course, we had no intention of bringing it out. The video of the brother Aiden taking his shahada is something that came out, okay? However, we never put in it any of the altercation between myself and Sarah. Now, what I will say is this, it's simple as this. Look, there were a few cameras filming, okay? We had about 3 or 4 different cameras filming there, and after this altercation, I went back to them. There was only one channel out of these 3 or 4 channels that actually kept recording, and that one channel, he actually stopped. He said sorry that he doesn't have the footage anymore. He knows who he is, and I did mention it before. But unfortunately, the footage is not there. But what I will say, just to be a man about the situation, just upon this point, my apologies. I shouldn't have spoken upon this. That doesn't go to say that this man is clear of blame for the situation, because he does still speak ill of Muslims. You know, he even went to say that Hussein is at war with him. He's at war with Hussein because Hussein is a Muslim. And not only is a Muslim, he's a black Muslim. So Sarah took it upon himself to see this as some sort of insult. So anyway, look, Sarah, hear me out now, okay? Just for you upon this point, okay? Because I'm not afraid to be a man about a situation. My apologies, my humble apologies to you upon this one point, okay? Because the footage is not there to be found. Now, even going to say, I'll be even honest enough to go further on to say, whether or not you said it on camera or off camera, I can't remember. But what I will tell you guys is that he did come across as very, very arrogant, and he was trying to get a certain reaction out of me. But anyway, look, that's been addressed now, guys, I hope...
no, I just had to clarify that because, like I said,
that's fine.
Most of the people was asking, like, and I'm talking not even people that's just for Sarah, like, and I swear I've told you before, most of my subscribers right now are probably Muslim.
Yeah.
So most of the people was asking from a Muslim point of view, like, this will prove that Sarah's ain't got no sort of innocence.
You know what? That's absolutely honest, you're right. And look, I'm not here to be in any spot of limelight. I'm not here to create some kind of heroic class about myself. You know, I'm just here as a man, just coming to call people towards what I believe is the pure religion, which is Islam, Abrahamic monotheism, original Abrahamic monotheism. And alhamdulillah, you know, praise and thanks be to God, who has allowed so many, a number of people to accept Islam and facilitated through myself. And I feel very humbled by that fact, So anyway, look, the apology is out of the way, I don't want to kiss and hug you, Sarah, over it, okay? But anyway.
So basically you're saying now, regardless of that, whether that be the case or not, if that even happened.
Regardless of that, that's a very small...
That's not really the catalyst.
It's not the catalyst there. It's a very small element of information here. It's a very small piece of information here to the bigger picture of things, okay? And you are going to see where I'm going to be.
Let's say the big picture.
Let's go to the big picture, okay? So firstly, what I would like to say is, look, I spoke to Mohammed Hijab a couple of weeks ago. We sat down together and we spoke about how to approach this situation. I told Mohammed Hijab what my intentions were to do. My intentions were to address this matter alone myself, okay? However, Mohammed Hijab insisted that he initially, he creates an initial vibe about this situation and an initial context about the situation due to the fact that him and Sarah had an altercation before his altercation with myself. So I said, all right, go ahead. I was apprehensive about it, but I said, all right, bro, you make good ground on it. May Allah bless him as well. You know, he brings a lot to the corner, and he's definitely got my respect, and I love him for the sake of Allah. So anyway,
so let me stick a pin there. You see, you said that you had this talk with Mohammed Hijab, and you said that he's already been in drama with Sarah before, so basically he wants to address it first. See how so much time has passed. I didn't even know that he had something with Sarah. While the time has been passing, has he been holding like a grudge towards Sarah all this time? Or is something that recently happened or made him feel like, all right, we need to check this guy?
I mean, what I would say is, and I'll speak on behalf of all of the Muslims in Speaker's Corner, and obviously they can get at me on Sunday when they see me if I'm not representing properly or what I'm saying is out of line or out of place. And I will not only say it about Muslims, I'll say it about anyone who goes to speak in Speaker's Corner as well. Okay, look, we are all men about ourselves. We all have our lives and if we have families or friends and jobs and situations to get back to 6 days of the week. And that one day in the week, we go to the corner to call people to whatever it is that we want to call people to, express our feelings, and emotions and states of mind and thought sets, whatever it is. And I will say this, it should never become emotional. I mean, our religion as Islam, I'm not going to start preaching here, but just to show you the kind of platform that we as Muslims try to deal with is through the Quran and the stories of and the life of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So down to textual evidence and never down to emotions, you know. Of course, I mean, look, I've got friends that they like to come down, you know, I've got friends, for example, from the hood, and they want to come down to Speaker's Corner, they want to be there to support, and I tell them, listen, I'll tell them very plainly, look, you're not Speaker's Corner material. It doesn't go to say
can't hold a temper.
Exactly, you've hit the nail on the head, Leon, man.
I got people like that as well.
You know, we all will, innit? You know, like that. So if you can't hold yourself in a corner, don't go to the corner. It's as simple as that. I've got friends that have gone there before and they've come back fuming. They've come back fuming because of situations. So I say, why are you going to torture yourself, basically? So even like, just to give a perfect example of the situation with Sarah down at the corner himself, when he come to me with his little, his fancy little lady gloves, and his hoodie, his Slazenger hoodie that he must have quickly slipped off to Sports Direct, put half an hour in the parking meter, come out, gone to the shop, got his Sports Direct Slazenger hoodie, come back into the park to wear, that was his costume. You know, he's an actor, that's his costume. I hope everyone sussed that out,
Okay.
But nonetheless, I'm sorry, I'm firing shots, and I'm firing shots at you for a reason. So take heed to what I'm telling you now, because I know you're going to start another video and say, peace, family, peace. Now, let me just address the matter. But anyway, it's there and it is what it is now. So, what was the point that I was on, man? So basically what I'm trying to say is that, look, emotions need to be held. I'm not only speaking for Muslims, I'm speaking for anyone down at the corner. When he come down, I had to keep myself composed. Now, bless Hussein, he's a humble lion. That's what he is, okay? And he dealt with the situation the only way he knows how to. And no one can stand to say that Hussein is an aggressor or an aggravator. As you know, he made that humble video with Gabriel, and I respect both of them for making that video. It's very, it's exemplary, and it's really good of them. Yeah,
he took the initiative still and tried to make peace of a situation that he wasn't even involved in.
Yeah, he tried to make peace of the situation, and also, when Gabriel was there the day that you lot come down and you filmed the altercation between myself and Sarah, and in the video you'll see that I turned to Gabriel as well. You can't see him in shot, and I said, you're amongst this as well, you're part of this, and he got upset, and I did apologize to him because it was only later that I found out that he had nothing to do with the situation. And then it was later than that I found out that Gabriel, I've had conversations with his mother about Islam and about Christianity and whatever else, and she comes across as such a lovely lady. She reminds me a bit of my mother as well, actually, bless her. And it just made things a lot clearer. So it's not surprising that he comes across in such a exemplary way, bless him, innit, And I can only pray to God that Allah guides him towards the right path, inshallah. And this is not in a way of mockery or speaking down, obviously, because I believe Islam is the truth, and I want truth for everyone else. But all right, so to get back to the matter now, So as I said, I wanted to restrain myself, but I need the reaction to be coming from myself now, due to the fact that not only has he spoken about me on various occasions in his cute little YouTube videos, but he also pushes down a lot of comments in the comment section as well. Now, although I don't have a lot of time to read them, I get phone calls and I get told, look, this is what he said. I get screenshots about stuff like that. I mean, it's jarring. I have to be honest with you, it's just jarring, It needs to get addressed. So, look, me and Mohammed Hijab spoke, as I said, and he insisted that he addresses the matter first and foremost. All I know is that even though Sarah hadn't sent out any personal shots at Mohammed Hijab before the altercation with myself, I know that he has come across as intolerable and unacceptable in the way that he holds himself. Now, I'm gonna put an irony and an oxymoron down for you. This bully / coward, he's a coward. I'm telling you, you are a coward, okay? he's come across and he's dug a hole for himself, and a lot of people will challenge him now. Now, I'm not saying as a physical challenge. I'm just talking about they're going to challenge his ideologies. They're going to challenge his arrogance. They're going to challenge his aggression. They're going to challenge his intolerance towards Islam and towards the Muslims. This is what's going to be happening. Now, he's digging that hole for himself, and all it is going to do is get deeper with every negative, racist, homophobic, anti-Islamic comment that he makes. And that's for him to get himself out of it. If he is a man, he will have to deal with that himself. Now, let's go into it now. Look, Sarah initiated a physical challenge with myself. Yes? Okay, let's address this now, yeah? Let's get into it.
What are you talking about when he came down?
Sarah come down with this costume on,
yeah,
you know, with this cute little costume on that I can, as I said, you know, it's a costume. He's an actor, that's a costume, all right? He's not a man for beef. You know, he doesn't want it. He needs to stay in his lane. That's what he needs to do. But nonetheless, that's what he's done. And of course, you know, there's something.
Sorry to cut you, fam. You see where you said that he initiated what do you say, a physical confrontation. It was his argument that even though it's not on camera, it's like behind the scenes, you originally challenged him before he challenged you,
so
in terms of physical violence.
You know what, Leon, you're right, bro. What I did say to Sarah was this. Due to the situation, I said, listen, like, so everything happened step by step, and I said, listen, behave yourself, because I feel like lashing out.
You lost your temper, basically.
I lost a little bit of my temper.
Yeah.
And he also said that he came up to me afterwards and he said that he doesn't take physical threats lightly.
Yeah. But I asked him about that as well. It's like he didn't say it in a calm manner, as where he's trying to...
He said he didn't say it in a calm manner?
No. Because first he explained it in a calm manner, then asked him, is that how you said it? Like, you can see the video of the interview that I done with it. I was like, is that how you said it? Because obviously how we say things has got implications to our meaning. You know what I'm saying, sir? Yeah, so I don't know.
You know, there has been a confrontation, a communication between myself and Sarah off camera as well. And he even went to spur out some fake idiocy through that as well. And he tried to make me look as if I'm a showman and that I'm like the hold me back kind of attitude. Now, I've always stressed in the corner that, you know, whenever aggression sets off. Now, I was saying to yourself as well just before this interview, and I've spoken to various people about it before, that there's a fine line between someone being fake and between someone understanding the implications of being an ambassador for what they believe in the corner. Now, if I, for example, feel a certain way about myself being aggressive, then I must move away from a situation. Of course, I don't want it on camera. That doesn't go to say I'm fake, because the main message that I'm trying to portray when I'm on camera in Speaker's Corner is that of Islam, not that of me. Not that of me. Now, my channel is slightly different to the other channels in Speaker's Corner. May Allah bless and guide everyone else that has you know, put their work into the channels. But the difference between my channel and other people's channels in the corner is that my channel, Guidance Avenue, is more or less based 95% around myself in talks. And that wasn't a well revised, educated decision that I made. It was because, you know, at the time when I first initially started the channel, when I moved it off, after a while, there wasn't a lot of, there wasn't cameraman around for me to use and all of that. So I was doing a lot of the stuff alone. Obviously, people have contributed. May Allah reward them for the work that they have done. But then, nevertheless, it is my channel, so it's difficult to film and to be in front and behind the camera lens at the same time. So,
give me one sec. Let me just change the battery. Let me change the battery back. Give me one sec.
So, you know, due to the nature of my channel and, you know, basically the content that is on my channel is 95% of it is myself. So, of course, I need to be extremely critical when it comes to myself. And this is the difference between myself and other channels there. I'm not so much, of course I'm representing Islam. Naturally, anyone who speaks about Islam and they say they're a Muslim, regardless of whether they like to or regardless of their intentions or not, they are going to be down to the T representing Islam, because they are a Muslim and they're an ambassador, you know? So whether they do a good job of it, whether they don't, they are an ambassador for their religion. So regardless of the content on my channel. I am an ambassador of my channel, and I am an ambassador of my religion. So I need to be very critical upon myself. And there's a lot that goes, behind the scenes, in terms of, mashallah, and I've said this many times before, yeah, I'm a very small fish in terms of knowledge and experience compared to many of the speakers down in Speaker's Corner. I can tell you that before I came to Speaker's Corner, I used to listen to brothers like Mansour and Hashim and Hamza and Mohammed Hijab. Mohammed Hijab is actually one of my father's favorite speakers in Speaker's Corner. Actually on YouTube, he just likes his enthusiasm about himself, and I agree with him. I think he's an exemplary figure, mashallah, and I've picked up a lot of him. Personally, when I deal, for example, with Christians, I've picked up a lot of Hashim. I just like his style. So I'm sitting there with my notes and I'm taking down notes, and then I'll go into it, I need to up my atheist argument, I think, and I will be getting into a bit of street da'wah work as well, so calling people on the streets towards Islam, and I'll be doing it in a tasteful way, inshallah, and that of course requires a lot more editing, but that's another issue, and we can address it at another time in this clip or video, whatever you like. But okay, look, as I was saying, look, Speaker's Corner, it's not a forum and a platform for anything other than speech. Yeah? A cage, on the other hand, is a place that you can use to inflict pain on an opponent, with or without sportsmanship.
So what do you feel bring the Speaker's Corner environment, or the energy, or things that's happening at Speaker's Corner, bring it to a point where you feel like the cage is the place to go now? Because it seems like that's what you're saying, like it's no longer the tension is to a point where it's no longer a Speaker's Corner thing.
From the moment that this man walked up to me with his costume on, I asked him to turn off the cameras. Okay, now I'm not here trying to push any incriminating evidence against myself. I'm not here. And I only get judged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad, our prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that a Muslim does not get stung from the same thorn twice. Now, this Sarah has been trying to sting me various times, and I've just kept my cool about myself, okay? But my mirror, wallahi, my mirror is the mirror in my room, is the mirror in my bathroom, is the mirror in my hallway. It's not YouTube. With all respect to you guys out there, I don't reap. I don't reap, and I don't. The way I am built as a person is not solely off the comments that are left on YouTube for me.
Okay.
It isn't. However, that doesn't go to say that I don't appreciate all of the constructive criticism that I'm left. I have no problem doing. I have no problem accepting where I am at fault and where I am wrong. So it's all good to know. But as I said, I'm not here to just justify myself to the world. Only Allah judges.
Okay.
Allah alone judges us.
So you're saying, so your actions within yourself, that in your heart is clean, like you ain't doing nothing that you are ashamed of.
Allah knows
to yourself.
Allah knows what is the sins that I have committed in my life. Allah knows if I'm sincere or not sincere. Alhamdulillah, I'm just happy to be part of something. Sorry, I have to cut. So yeah, as I was saying, only Allah can judge us. Only Allah knows where I'm sincere or where I'm not. I'm not here to justify myself as a person to the people. But what I will say, of course, and I will keep on saying this, just as I said, there's a fine line between being fake and being an ambassador of whatever it is that you're doing. And obviously here, particularly, we're talking about religion. I have to be careful in the way that I come across. And I think this is a very honest statement for me to be making. I have to, just like all of the speakers, have to come across in an honest fashion to whoever it is that is listening, whoever their audience is. Because people at home who are listening, even though they may not have the time, for example, to come to Speaker's Corner and push forward an eloquence in speech, for example, or bring along shahadas, or bring along anything, which is all by Allah anyway, it doesn't go to say that they're any less intelligent than we are. Many of them, to be honest, are a lot more intelligent than us, because they are there and they absorb so much more information online. They're not gullible, they're not ignorant, and they will pick things up. So, of course, if I come across in a fake way, people will pick that up. I'm sure people will pick that up. Yeah? And I'm not an actor, and I don't have a costume. I don't have that. All right? But let me get into it. So look, as I said, Speaker's Corner is a platform for speech. Now, a cage, on the other hand, is a platform for a fight. So, Sarah shouldn't have offered a fight to me either way. Yeah? Now, let's go into this talk of this car park thing. Firstly, I will say this. Look, this narrative that Sarah puts upon himself as being a tough man, and this, that, and the other, it's not going to work for him. He's unfortunately now secured himself as an arrogant coward in the eyes of Speaker's Corner and in the eyes of YouTube. That is how it is, and there are ways to redeem himself. Now, I know he's not going to be wanting to be dictated to by myself or to anyone else, as he very clearly said it. And I think what it is with Sarah now, since the altercation that happened with myself, it's just a lot of damage control. That's what it is. It's a lot of damage control. Now I'm speaking eye to eye with Sarah now, and I've spoken to him like this before, and I've said, listen, you know and I know the way it is, all right? Putting the cameras aside, and I've always encouraged Sarah to speak to me away from cameras, away from people. But
what's been your intention when you're telling him that you want to speak away from camera?
When I tell Sarah I want to speak to him away from people and intention, it's because I want to bring out the man in him. That sounds so gay.
So you say, is it like a challenge?
I want to bring out, what I'm saying is that when I say I want to bring out the man in him, I'm talking about in terms of his character, the way he composes himself. You know, I know he's an actor.
So you're saying he's more likely to be honest with his expression.
Absolutely. There's no cameras there. There's no cameras rolling.
So it's not necessarily that you're saying, let's go away so we can fight.
Yeah, it's
not just, let's see what really the issue is.
You know, what's that guy who does the stuff on animals? Who was that crocodile, man? What was that?
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, yeah. So Steve Irwin, he'll see a crocodile, the way it moves, and he's behind the camera and he goes, oh, look at the way the crocodile moves and the way it looks its teeth and And Sarah seems like he does that with the Muslims. Okay. This is what Sarah does. I'm not saying that we're crocodiles, yeah.
Just watching, man.
Nonetheless, he watches man. He watches man a lot. And Sarah's platform in Speaker's Corner is a platform of anti-Islamic ideology. Without us, Sarah is nothing. Is Sarah there talking about his beliefs and his ancestors? Is he calling people to come and worship his ancestors with him or their ancestors? No, he's not there to do that. What Sarah is there to do is propagate Islam. That's what he is. That's his platform. Without that, Sarah has nothing there. He really doesn't have a thing there, yeah? But look, the only way I see Sarah to redeem himself in the eyes of the do you know, forget the eyes of the public here for now, because he's going to take everything as a personal attack now, but that's fine. Yeah, I don't catch feelings. I hope he doesn't. But nonetheless, even if he does, the only way I see Sarah of getting rid of this image that he has around himself is to accept one of the three options. So option number one, yeah, is we go out for a dinner. So I'm just repeating what Muhammad Hijab said in terms of these three options. But I'm going to give a little twist to it. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So option number one, Sarah, me and you, we go out for a dinner. You have it filmed. You can bring whoever you want with you. And it's like a public reconciliation between myself and between you.
It has to be a place where he chooses, because someone was saying that you might poison the food if you go to your own restaurant.
No, I've heard him say that in a video as well.
No, Raspek said that still. He was joking.
No, but I did see Sarah say that in a video as well.
Yeah, God.
So yeah, no, as long as it's halal, I'll sit with you. Yeah. And you know, if I like West Indian food. You know, we can sit there and have some jerk chicken.
Is that offer a genuine offer though, like from the heart?
This is from my heart. It's a genuine offer. I'll be honest with you.
No, I'm saying, like, are you willing to really try and reconcile your differences in a civilized manner?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, an exemplary figure for us is Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Now, this is a man, he had intestines of animals pulled over him, pulled outside his door. He was spat on. He was hit. He was a lot of stuff happened to him, but he just stayed patient and composed. Now, I'm not the prophet, but of course, as Muslims, we need to strive to
emulate his example.
Emulate his example, absolutely. You couldn't have said it better myself, man. So yeah, more than happy we can sit down and make a public reconciliation between ourselves. Option number two, as Muhammad Hijab said, you go your way and we'll go our way. And this would mean no more anti-Islamic propagation. No, none of that. None of that. Look, I have no idea who it was that put out these I don't know if it was comments. Wallahi, till now, I don't know if it was comments against Sarah's family. This is that. Me personally, I'll tell you what I thought it was. Yeah, I thought that this was Sarah's just way of getting another dig at the Muslims. I thought this was another propaganda.
I thought made it up.
Yeah, I personally, I don't know, but I thought it was made up. I don't think he was a married man. I think he's a gay man. Yeah, but his sexuality is his business. I don't care. But I think he's a coward, and though I never. That's another thing as well. He went to say that I called him a bastard. And he said I was sending shots at him behind his back, calling him a bastard.
Yeah. I think he said he spoke to someone and told him to tell Sarah that he's a bastard or something.
That he's a bastard. I've never called him a bastard. I said he was a homosexual. I said, come forward, tell this gay to come and talk to me with his YMCA, or to leave YMCA and come and talk to me. I said something along those lines. I've got no problem saying that again. I think you're a gay, homosexual man. Like, I've got no... When
you sent those messages, like telling me this, telling me that, you didn't...
I was doing it because I wanted to get a reaction out of him to come and speak to me, because I wanted to address the matter. And I'll tell you the matter that I wanted to address, and it's a matter that he hasn't until now mentioned of why I actually spoken to him. You know how he said, and he keeps on using this phrase, radio silence, radio silence.
Yeah.
So there was this radio silence between me and Sarah for a couple of months. Like, Sarah has these very well revised defense talk on him. Like, he's a big man, he should know better, man. Anyway, look, so he says that we had this radio silence for a couple of months. And in this radio silence, he says, after that, all of a sudden, I started sending shots at him and talking, what did he say? Mad reckless, yeah? All right, big boy, look. He knows very well the reason why I went and I started talking mad reckless, if he wants to say reckless, whatever it is, yeah, is because he'd taken it upon himself to appear on Titans TV and start bringing up my name. Now, initially, when this incident happened with Aidan, who had just taken his shahada, he's going back to Oxford, and Sarah's in the background sniggering and making comments, and we just kept having to cut the video, which is probably why, you know,
you don't see the footage.
You don't see the footage as well, and only one channel said he had it, and he said that the footage is not there anymore, but. If it was there, I swear to God, I probably would have brought it out as well, just to shut him up. But nevertheless, as I said, maybe it wasn't even on camera when he started swearing. I don't know. Obviously, in a moment of anger, you know, I may say things and whatever else. But as I said, hats off to you. I apologize humbly for this comment that I've made. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, no problem. I'm not scared to apologize. But nonetheless, as I said, it doesn't change a thing. Now, what he did on Titans TV is went to say, you need to be careful with Muhammad from Guidance Avenue. It was a live 2-hour-long video.
Was that the one where they said, why I'm not a Muslim?
Why I'm not a Muslim.
Okay.
2.5 hour, I think it was called Why I'm Not a Muslim. 2.5 hour long video, and in the video, he spoke of myself, he spoke of another brother who did have the footage, and they even brought out images of him, but nevertheless.
So what are you saying to me right now? I didn't even watch that thing there. So you're saying that there was like a truce. There was an unofficial truce.
I didn't watch 2.5 hours of it.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I'll be real with you guys. Yeah, I don't watch much YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a busy life, and you know, there are a lot of people that come to Speaker's Corner that contribute towards some of to being a troll away from the corner as well. I don't know who exactly. You know, I'm not sending out any personal shots on anyone. I'm just saying that you do find that, okay? And I don't involve myself in that. You know. But what he said on this was, be careful with Muhammad from Guidance Avenue because he is a loose cannon. He has these very well revised lines of him that he brings out. Now, I actually feel like a bit of a bitch, just having to sit down and rant on like this, but it's needed. You lot want it.
But don't you feel like you're playing into what he's saying by responding in this way?
No, because it was needed. I think necessary action has to be taken now.
Yeah.
And
you're saying lines have been crossed?
Lines have been crossed, man. I mean, this is the first thing I've said. He's crossed lines.
Yeah.
Lines have been crossed and they need to be addressed now, okay? He's got this agenda about him. So, as I said, look, I want to go back to these three
Let's get back into that, yeah.
So, option number one, we go to a place of your choice, okay? A place of your choice.
Yeah.
Okay? We sit down, we have a public reconciliation amongst ourselves. You can bring video cameras if you like. We can talk things over. We can leave the place on a smile. We go back to Speaker's Corner, and there's no maliciousness between myself and yourself and the Muslims. And
So-called Kemets.
People, sorry, what they call Kemets, yeah?
So-called, I say so-called, 'cause I don't know that man called himself
So-called
Kemets.
Kemets then, okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what their belief is apart from the ancestor stuff, to be honest. But, all right, so number 2, you go your way, we go our way. And again, this serves a purpose that, again, with this, no aggression between the Muslims and the Kemets, okay? No talk against us. No talk against us, all right? You need to find your own platform now.
When you say talk against you, be specific. So you mean man can't even mention Islam?
All right, well, look. I mean, firstly, I'll say, look, he's a homosexual homophobe, yeah? And what I mean by this is simple. When there was a lot of spurs of homophobia against him, he started directing towards Paul. Now, you know, Paul is an exemplary figure, and I'll tell you why. This is a man, just like anyone who lives a certain way of life, yeah? And I've got another video that's been brought out on Hussein's channel, yeah? He's done a bit of edits and he's put a video out on me, may Allah bless him. And I'm just speaking about, you know, a few of my experiences before I come to Islam. And when I speak about pre-Islamic practice, for example, yeah, and no one's perfect, but when I speak about pre-Islamic practice, I always refer to London living as a religion. So London living, and that's what London gives, isn't it? London gives that certain persona, that feeling, that religion. That's what I got brought up in, okay? Now, that's what I'm talking about. Now, when we come back to it now, yeah? I've lost myself. Where was that, man? What's I talking about?
You're going through the options?
The heat, so the options. So option number 2, you go your way, I go my way.
Yeah, I bring you off track when I asked you to define what it means to leave man alone. You don't talk about us, we don't talk about you.
Exactly.
I was like, be specific, so you can't talk about Islam.
So no more like, yeah, I was talking about Paul firstly and foremostly. Look, Paul is an exemplary figure, and I'll tell you how. Thank you, Leon. This is where I'll come back to it, yeah? A lot of people, they leave what they had before, a lot of the temptations and desires that they had before to embrace a religion. Now, if Paul has homosexual tendencies, we're not going to knock him for that. We're not going to knock him for that, because what he's saying, he's posing, I think, is something very much to look up to, and I'll tell you why. Not because he's a Muslim. I would have said it for anyone leaving a religion. Why? Because he's brave enough to come out of the closet on a global, international/global level on a platform like YouTube and say that he has homosexual tendencies and he wants to stay away from it because of his, he chooses to stay away from his desires out of his obedience to his Lord.
Okay.
Now, do you know what? Hats off to you, sir. I think that's...
it's commendable.
That's commendable, man. It is. So that's option 2. And obviously, you know, the rest of it. So all of the hate talk between us and Sarah, yeah, he needs another platform.
So you can't even mention Islam?
Mention Islam all you want, but don't go
criticize
around.
It, but don't
go around to young girls, because he knows I got upset over this. Don't go around to young girls and say, just turning around to a young girl who's just standing there silently, humbly, and saying to her, how old are you? When she replies 14, he says, oh, would you have sex at 9? You're asking a hypothetical question about sex to a 14-year-old girl. You're lucky I don't have a daughter, and if my daughter was there, man, because I wouldn't be speaking about not trying to get incriminating evidence against myself. I would just be a man of honor for that time. You understand? So,
okay.
Anyway, so let's go back to it now. Option 3. Option 3, look, if no one is going to stand up from the community objectively against such atrocious action, then we will make sure that this coward/bully who has sealed his reputation as a coward gets addressed, and his actions and his words and his arrogance and his demeanor gets addressed. Option 3 is the same one that Muhammad Hijab posed to you, but let me put a bit of content to it. I didn't watch the video properly, but I don't think he added the extras, and I'm going to add the extras now. Okay, so yes, I offer you a cage fight. All right, I offer you that cage fight. Now, with that cage fight, because I know you don't like to be dictated to, and you said that you're a man of golf, and Muhammad is a man that has medals and this, that. All right. I'm not going to label myself as a man of golf. I'm not going to label myself as a man of war, okay? But I will tell you that right now, Sarah, I challenge you to this same battle, okay? This same cage fight that Muhammad Hijab challenged you to. It will be filmed by our sources and by your sources. Since you are uncomfortable to have the terms dictated to yourself, okay, and where it is filmed, the setting, the layout, whatever it is, we can do it at a cage of your choice, all right? And you know the rules for MMA. You said in a previous video that you know how to use your hands, yeah? So we're not only going to be using our hands, we're going to be using head, shoulders, knees, and toes, yeah? All right, we're going to go and deal with this properly. After this fight, all right? After this fight, now this is for everyone at Speaker's Corner, all right? So it will get filmed from your side and from my side, okay? Bring as many cameras as you want, put up the information on YouTube, on Sarah's Corner, on whatever you like. After this, we will come to that same truce, yeah? We'll come to that same truce that is apparent as a conclusion via options 1 and options 2, okay? You come down saying that you wanted to meet me in a car park and fight me in a car park. You arrogant, ignorant man, if you actually thought that I would put myself in a risky situation to have sufficient incriminating evidence against myself for me to get arrested. That's not how I lead my life.
So you're saying this cage fighting will be illegal?
It will be legal.
In a legal setting?
It will be a legal setting.
Okay.
It will be a legal setting. You know, you said you wanted to get your hands on me, all right? And you said before that the reason why you come down to the corner was because I was sending shots at you, okay? So I don't want to hear another video after this. Look, I'm sending shots at you now, all right? I'm sending shots at you. Come down and let's deal with this like men with sportsmanship, all right? And we'll do it to the knockout, all right? So we can either do it 3 rounds, 4-ounce gloves, you know, keep it like that, or we do it as many rounds as you want to take it, mate, until one of us is out of it. All right, I don't mind the latter. I don't mind the latter. But as I said, the 3 options are there. I know you don't like being dictated to, but that's why I said, look, there are variables there for you, Sarah. There are variables there for you. The variables are this. You take option 1, you choose the venue, you choose the food, you choose the setting, whatever the time, date, place, whatever it is. Option 2, of course, there's not really variables there. You know, it's just something that is that should be honored by myself and yourself. Even though I don't go around sparing comments against you on YouTube or to people of the Kemetic faith. I never have done, yeah? And option 3, you act like a man, you bring down your hoodie and your little lady gloves and you get in a cage with me and we fight it out, all right? This is what we do, okay? Now, in all honesty, yes, I would very much prefer, I'm gonna be honest. Look, Sarah in a video earlier, when he was sitting in the car, or maybe the one before, he said, oh, Mohammed Hijab, you know, he posed the 3 options, and I could see that it was option 3 that he wanted, like it's some kind of secret that you're trying to expose. Sarah, I do want you to accept option 3, all right? I do want you to accept option 3, all right? I don't like this, immature sly talk and all of these
chain side talk.
This side talk, man.
Don't be direct.
Don't be a side man and bring side talk, all right? You know, if you want to drive in my lane, bring your car in my lane, innit? Don't just rev your engine from the other lane next to mine, yeah? Come into my lane, all right? I come Speaker's Corner. I always try and come on a humble tip. You know, I don't walk around like some kind of aggressor. People in the corner that know me know that I don't try and walk around like some kind of aggressor, all right? Look, I'm humbly, sir, putting this challenge forward for you, okay? Option 1, 2, or 3. I prefer option 3, all right? But the main thing is that between us, we need to settle this because we are in the corner. My platform is not for myself. My platform belongs to Allah alone. My speech is by the will and permission of Allah alone. My physical is by the will and permission of Allah alone. And what I utilize for Islam, I do it for Islam and for the sake of Allah alone, inshallah. Yes, my platform is not to try and put low blows or side talk, as Leon said, against other faiths or other people. I'm not like that. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. I'm not about that life. But, you know, little do you know about me and little do I know about you. But nonetheless, look, we're sitting here. I want you to learn this about me now, okay? Muslims are not cowards, okay? Of course, we're meant to be merciful. Now, I will always say, don't judge a book by... don't judge a religion by the followers. Judge a religion by the teachings. Now, there may be a few people, there may be some people that will, you know, be upset with this video and with the options that I'm putting forward for you, okay? I am upset with you. And I know you're upset with me. Now you come down asking me to go into a car park with you and I stayed quiet and you brought out another video saying that I cowarded. Now big man, step in a cage with me, okay? Step in a cage with me. Let's just do it properly, all right? Allow this talk. Allow all of these cute little videos, man, that you're taking from your car. Bring back your hoodie, your Sports Direct Slazenger hoodie. Bring back your gloves. Bring your A game and let's go to a cage, man. Like it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all, all right? Just please don't get scared. Let's go to the cage. All I want from you is a video just saying, yes, sir, I accept your challenge. And let's go and do it, man. Let's just do it and take it from there, okay? Because this is just getting too long, all right? Now, what I will say is this, look. To the black community and to the community that are listening in to Sarah's video, to Sarah's corner. And you know, Sarah, he's posed himself as a role model for many that listen to him. Now, what kind of a role model is a man who is arrogant, a man who swears, a man with homophobic/homosexual tendencies? I don't think that this is an exemplary figure in society, okay? It's also funny how up until now, all of this talk about how Sarah's wife was pranked and whatever the situation was, that it's never been documented. The only thing that's ever been documented is his allegations. Now, do you know what? It may very well have been the case. But nonetheless, look, the first time that I ever spoke to you, Sarah, when you come and tried to aggravate the situation between me and Aiden and the cameras that were rolling, what did I say to you? I said you behave like a man. Behave like a man. So now look, I am telling you, I am calling shots out at you now. I want to go with you to option 3. If you don't accept option 3, let's go to option 1 and 2. But I don't want to come across as an aggressor, okay? What I want to come across as someone who wants to reach a conclusive, decisive peace between us and between you, and we'll just leave it like that, man. Let's do that, man. I don't know what's the need for all of this build up and all of this talk. You said Muhammad is an MMA fighter. You don't know whether I fight or not. Maybe I'll give you a bit of a surprise if you do accept option 3. But nonetheless, look, I want you to accept one of the 3 options, and then we'll take it from there. All right?
So what have you thought about what you will do if he rejects all of your options? Which is, I think, will be most likely what you will do.
No, I think that this is going to hit his ego, man. I do hope that this video is going to encourage him and push him to accept his options, and instead of bringing out another video trying to just say that, I will not be dictated to ratata. I hope you accept this challenge, Sarah. Okay. I really hope you accept this challenge. Please, look, you're a bigger man than me, yes? All right, so with Mohammed Hijab, people are saying that he's a bigger man than you. You come down with 10 man. Look, now we're saying that we're going to do it in a licensed way. I was apprehensive to go to a car park with you because it is promoting illegal activity. Now I go to Speaker's Corner to promote worshipping one Lord and not to promote illegal activity, you silly man. You think I'm going to promote illegal activity on YouTube or off YouTube as it is? Come on. Anyway, look, I believe you are a coward. I believe you are a coward. I'm saying it, okay? I've said it to your face before off camera. This is the first time that I've spoken to you on camera now, okay? You are a coward. You are a homosexual, homophobic. Okay? Obviously, as a Muslim, I'm against homosexuality, but it doesn't go to say that I will oppress someone if they are a homosexual. I just commended Paul. He said he was a homosexual, did he not? He said he was a homosexual, but he said that he's trying to stay away from from those sexual tendencies that he has to worship his Lord. I actually wanted to do a separate video with him about this because I really sympathize for him, because you were sending shots at him. He hadn't said a thing about you, man. He hasn't said a thing about you and you were sending shots at him. You're I don't want to swear at you, man, but that's all I feel like doing right now. Listen, accept option 3, all right? Accept option 3, please. And if you don't, just go to option 1 or 2, all right? Look, I'm not dictating nothing. I told you, pick the cage, pick the venue. You can come wearing a hoodie, you can come wearing your gloves, you can come in hot pants for all I care, yeah? Just don't grapple, man, all right? If you wear hot pants, do not grapple me, please. All right, look, I don't want to get on too cheeky, but I've had to express a bit of my feelings in this situation, all right? So, look, come into a cage, and I will sign what do you call it?
A waiver.
I'll sign a waiver saying that you are allowed to rip my heart out. All right, big boy. So let's get it on, man.
All right, boy. I think we beat that horse till it's dead, fam. I don't think there's much more to add on top of that.
I got notes here that that I actually put down that I wanted to read off, but I don't think...
it's up to you still. If you want to go deeper in or be more... This show is called Sincere and Specific, innit?
Yeah.
So it's about being precise.
Yeah, I just hope that he's a man of golf and that he doesn't come across to me as a golf man now, okay? I'll be more than happy after he steps in the ring with me, which I hope you do, yeah? We can go and play a game of golf together, all right? How about that?
All right, cool. So you don't want to say nothing else on this matter?
No, look, all I will say is this, look, there's a reason why I'm getting a bit cheeky and a bit cocky about this situation. I don't want to be recognized when I'm out and about. I could be with family, I could be with friends, I could be with employees, yeah? Or students. I don't want to be recognized as, the man that had the altercation with Sarah. All I want to be recognized is as a Muslim man who comes to call people towards what I believe is the truth. I'm not here trying to make anything of myself. You know, this is all for Allah. The reason why I started giving da'wah in the first place is because, you know, as many of you are aware, I went through a spot of illness, and alhamdulillah, I'm doing fine now. I'm nice and good and strong, and you know, I'm trying to stay away from a lot of things that could lead me back into a bad place again. I don't want to be back on a hospital bed. And there is nothing more pleasurable for me. I swear to God, there's nothing more pleasurable for me in this whole world than when I'm calling people to Tawheed, to what I believe is the truth. This is actually the reason why I actually picked the name Tawheed for myself, Muhammad Tawheed. Obviously, Muhammad is my name, but Tawheed means the oneness of Allah, and it's something that I go to speak in the corner. And when we speak against Christians or against Jews or against this faith or that faith, we are calling to Tawheed, because part of Tawheed is not just accepting Allah, but the first pillar of Tawheed is negating anything that is used in principle and fundamental belief and practice of worship and worshipping other than Allah and ascribing partners with Allah. So anyway, this was just a bit about me. As I said, I don't want this altercation to define who I am, man.
I was gonna say that, especially because you got a just purpose, right? When you are giving dawah and making people's air the word of Allah, as you say. So don't you feel like highlighting this negative situation is gonna tarnish your image in the eyes of like innocent people who don't even know you but might just associate you with this, bro, when you could be giving dawah instead?
Bro, what I would say is that, as I said before, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did say that a Muslim doesn't get stung from the same thorn twice. Now this gentleman keeps on stinging, man, and like,
okay, it's like you don't see no other option of how to stop this.
I don't see any. Well, I've given 3 options. Yeah. Man. I just hope he will man up and accept one of them. I hope he does. I know with the Muhammad hijab situation, he said he wouldn't, and he doesn't want to be dictated to. Sarah, listen, I'm not here to dictate to you, man. All right, but as Muslims, we only fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what I said in the video. Now you try to exploit the fact that I was trying to be smart and sensible about myself when I said turn off the cameras, number 1. Yeah, and I don't want to go to a car park. Of course I don't. Do you know how much? There is more CCTV. There are more channels shown in a car park. Yeah, and there's more CCTV, more cameras flashing at you in the car park than there is above it on Speaker's Corner land. Did you know that? Yes, you do know that, don't you? Okay, look, I'm not here to catch no trial, catch no case. Okay, I only get judged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to be standing in court. Okay, there's no need for that. So let's take it to a cage. You hurt me or I'll hurt you. Okay, and it will be licensed. We'll be licensed, no problem, nothing to worry about. All right, so let's do that, all right? Or you can go for options 1 and 2. I very much do want you to accept option 3, please.